It's time to answer some questions.
I'm ready to take my shirt off, man. That intro bit's got me flashing back to my ecstasy days, brother.
Your ecstasy days?
Well, when I say my ecstasy days, I mean this past weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard you had a good time.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Yeah.
We are the Podcasting Dad. My name is Justin.
And I'm JP.
And this is the point each week where we answer your questions. We have other podcasts. As if you're not familiar with our podcast, as a name may suggest or hint, we do like The Walking Dead. And we started off talking about The Walking Dead, but we now branched out and started doing other things, including yesterday's Random Ramblings Wednesday.
Loved it. Great discussion, man.
Good discussion. I said it so much better in this podcast than I did the actual podcast itself. It gets tongue twisting, to say random rambling Wednesdays.
Alliteration is tough. It really is. One of the hardest grammatical devices.
Words are hard.
Yeah, words are hard.
But that's the point in which we have no direction. Like this podcast, we'll be answering questions that you've left on last week's Mail Call podcast. And then, once The Walking Dead rolls around on Mondays, we'll be reviewing and discussing each episode. When we have Walking Dead fan theories that might pop up, we'll share those with you, or developments behind the scenes, things like that. We try not to do too many spoilers every now and again, but we try not to do too many.
I think it should be a felony.
But Wednesday is the day of which we do nothing. We just get on there and talk and see where the conversation goes. So if you haven't already, find that. It's in a weird place. I cannot figure out how to put an extra playlist on the
it's proven to be tricky.
Homepage. Sure. It used to be you click add section and then you add, but it won't let me. I don't know if I've reached the max number of playlists or what, but if you go down and find random, you'll see the playlist for Random Ramblings. So go check that out if you haven't already. However, keep in mind, parental advisory, man. That is so we try to somewhat censor ourselves for the most part on other podcasts. Keep them about, like JP said, PG-13. On that one, though, it is straight up rated R. We just let whatever comes to mind flow. So be warned if you have kids. Don't want you to go to it, or if you like to keep that innocent image of us that doesn't cuss too much or talk about controversial things. Just, maybe don't listen to it.
Yeah, I'm a little curious. Did we get any questions off of yesterday's podcast?
I'll check. I'll pull that up.
I know we primarily focus on the mail call questions, but we covered so much ground yesterday.
If it wasn't just two of us and we had more people to if we had some behind the scenes people, I would love to get people to gather questions from all of our podcasts. You know what I mean? From the week, and then answer them on Thursdays. But before we get started, let's share a little social media information. We've been meaning to do this for a long time. We shared it yesterday on the Random Ramblings Wednesday podcast, but we're going to give you our Instagram and Snapchat. We've been meaning to do this. We haven't done this, so we don't have neither one of us have a ton of followers.
I don't even have an Instagram.
He don't have an Instagram, but
I'll get on that though.
But he's going to create an Instagram. Mine is pretty darn easy for both Snapchat and Instagram. If you want to find me, just search I'm Justin Lloyd. That easy. 2 L's in Lloyd. I'm all lowercase, no apostrophe. I'm Justin Lloyd. If you do that,
I'm Justin
then
Lloyd.
You'll find me. I'm Justin Lloyd. And that's for me on Instagram and Snapchat. I'm going to get a Periscope soon. But JP, let's give them your Periscope and your Snapchat.
Snapchat. I always forget what exactly you use to handle.
Give them the at is usually your handle, but
you need the at. Okay. Let's see. JP5000, would that be it?
No, yours
J
is
_Radsaw.
There you go.
RADSA. J _Radsaw. That's my pin name.
There you go.
And Periscope, I am what am I on Periscope?
Jaypeazy, right?
JAYPEAZY.
So yeah, go follow us on social media. We'll have
Periscope.
more. Also, go like us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. We don't post as much as we should, but that's going to change. Lots coming down the pipe. I've actually found, because JP lives about 30 minutes from me. And
more like an hour.
It is not an hour.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that shit. I literally was live updating JP the other day. It took me 36 minutes to get home, and JP's like, it's trickery. It's not. It's just JP doesn't like to travel at all.
I want these facts checked, people.
But anyways, I've talked to someone. We've got some haunted houses lined up, and we're going to probably...
houses?
Yeah, will you come down for those?
You give me some Scooby snacks.
Okay.
I'll be down. Sure.
But I like the reference. But anyway, so we might have some more urban exploration and haunted houses coming soon. So be watching for that. And without further ado, let's jump into the Mail Call podcast.
Jumping in, baby.
With our first question. What are you looking up over there, JP? I see you're...
I'm doing our Facebook stuff. Just going ahead and posting it.
Oh, for the actual radio station.
Multitasking.
Yeah. Okay. I seem to have your undivided attention, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm in here, baby. I'm sharp as a tack this morning. I fixed my oatmeal. It was just the right, perfect consistency.
Okay, well, I have a question for you then.
Okay.
What kind of oatmeal is your favorite?
Well, I really like to make my own, just old-fashioned oats. Fix them on the stove, some honey, some raisins. But I mean, if it's just like instant oatmeal, I'll just get like store brand brown sugar and maple or whatever, or cinnamon roll. That's not bad either.
All right, so our first question comes from Pamela N. Says, what scenario would cause you to stop watching The Walking Dead? I can think of a ton, but at the end of the day, I always used to say if Rick died, I probably wouldn't be watching it, and here I am and loving it. So
yeah,
I don't know that
it's gotten better. Well, I mean, it was on an upswing before Rick died.
It's not like Rick dying made it better, but it has gotten a little better since he left.
There has been some way worse seasons with Rick at the center.
Right.
So
I really don't think I would quit watching it. I think even if I got mad, I would continue to watch it.
Aside from the fact that we podcast about it weekly, just the fact that I'm in this deep, I mean, no matter how stinky it might get,
you're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, I mean, we're like 10 years in, so I'm not going to ditch it.
Yeah, so
unless one thing that would make me do it, is if they just got like super duper like political, agenda ish. Words are hard for me this morning, but yeah, if they start pushing some.
I thought you were sharp as a tack this morning.
I was sharp, but then I got to...
You get dulled real quick?
Yeah, I do. But no, if they start pushing some kind of crazy political agenda, then
that'll make you drop comics really quick too, though.
Drop comics, and I'm speaking either side of the fence.
Oh yeah, it don't matter which side it's coming from. Somebody's trying to shove. I know that comics have always been kind of on social commentary, but there's times where it just is a bit too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I could agree with that, I believe. Alex Jimenez says, mail call, what is you guys' favorite episode of The Walking Dead as well as your favorite episode of Fear? My favorite episode of The Walking Dead. JP, what's your favorite episode of The Walking Dead?
It was the one where Rick saves Shane. He's in the school bus.
You've said that before. That's right. Yeah, that was in season 2.
Right. I can't remember the name. It's not 20... Is it
20-something miles out or whatever? Maybe. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Because they're taking the kid out to shoot him, and then they end up at the school. And
that's a great episode.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's a great episode. I really don't know, man. I feel like I've had so many moments where I'm like, this is my favorite episode.
It's hard to pick. It really is.
Like, I mean, I can tell you some of my favorites. I know that doesn't specifically answer your question, but I mean, at least it kind of gets around in the general direction. The season 4 mid-season finale where they killed Herschel.
That was a heartbreaker.
Loved that, man. Loved that. Just a great episode. I love the episode where Negan was introduced. I hate the fact that we had to wait 7 months to figure out who he killed, but I love that. I love the episode where Carl has his chat with Negan. The episode where we find out Carl's been bitten. Even though I think killing Carl was stupid, that was one of my favorite episodes because I just love Carl's talk with Negan.
Oh yeah, it was a great moment.
Like, is this who you wanted to be? And I loved it. It was a point where you're like, wow, Carl's really growing up. He's going to make a great leader. And then 10 minutes later, you're like, oh, never mind, he's dying.
Yeah, we're never going to see him again.
And I feel like there's more. I might have to get back to you on that one, Alex, because it really is hard to pick a favorite episode like that's above all of them.
Yeah, you almost have to do like a top 5 or even a top 10. I mean, there's so many wonderful moments.
I love the episode where Rick left.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really wonderful episode. I've watched that I probably seriously watched it about 7-8 times. I mean, I've rewatched it. It's really, really enjoyed that episode. So I don't know, man. Really hard choice. Sorry I couldn't give you a more specific answer, but I will definitely think about it and get back to you hopefully on the next one.
What about Fear? You have a more clear-cut favorite for Fear?
Yes. And we should have said this beforehand, but spoiler alerts, obviously. But I feel like it would be in season 3. Season 3 is still to date my favorite season of that show.
Agreed.
And I really don't know what would be my favorite episode, but one of my favorite episodes, I've got to say, is the episode where Nick dies in season 4, just because I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Like, it really did what it was supposed to do. Like, it was well written. It kind of, I mean, you felt like something was happening, but I thought we were going to see how Madison died. Mm-hmm. Because she wasn't with them, and these were flashbacks. And then in the present, when he gets shot, man, I just was like, what the hell? And then I certainly didn't think he was dying. I just thought he was shot, and the episode would go off, and at the beginning of the next episode, they would be trying to save him, and it might take a few episodes, but he'd recover. And then when he started bleeding out of his mouth and choking, I was like, holy Nick's dying.
Yeah.
So I really got to say that's one of my favorites, but I'd have to go back. I'm sure my absolute favorite will be somewhere in there in season 3. I just got to find it.
Yeah, my very favorite, and I don't remember the name of the episode, but just the one where him and Troy were tripping off the what were the adrenaline glands?
Oh yeah,
they were just tripping balls and collecting heads for the dude. And
we haven't seen that crossover to The Walking Dead. Like you haven't seen anyone mention that. You think? I mean, I know it's happening across the country, but you think somebody else in the South? I mean. People love drugs here in the South, too. I'm pretty sure some meth head would have been dismantled a zombie and be like, you can get high off this part of the brain?
I'm telling you, man, it really makes me... Well, I mean, I've always kind of wanted to try adrenaline or adrenal or whatever you call it, just from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Right. They do it in that movie as well. They say it's pretty intense. There's so many like psychedelic elements just in nature and even in the human body. There's DMT. I mean, we're all holding. It's in us. Yeah. In the pineal gland. At least that's the speculation. But back to The Walking Dead and Mail Call.
But yeah.
Tripping balls.
Tripping balls.
Yeah,
that is a great episode, though. You just knew danger was around the corner because they were so. I just thought they were going to screw up and get themselves bit or killed or something. So yeah, that is another great episode. And you're very welcome. Alex says thanks for always answering his questions. And
love you, Alex.
He said that he looks forward to us both playing the Telltale Walking Dead series, JP.
Okay.
Direct that at JP, buddy. Just y'all harass JP to the point that he does it, and we'll make it happen. I think we're going to do Twitch streams. That way we don't have to do any editing, anything crazy like that. Like we'll be able to get on the Twitch stream, do it. It'll be saved to YouTube, but you can watch it live if you want. That type of thing. And we're going to talk about live podcasts coming up at the end of this one, so stick around for that. Agent X17, longtime listener, says, who do you guys think is more foxy? Maggie or Beth or Sherry or Jesse or Rosita or Alicia? Oh, wow. We got a wide selection here.
Yeah.
Damn, all these females are damn good. It's hard for me to pick one out of all of them, but Alicia, I think, is his pick. So, I don't know, man. There are lots of really good-looking ladies on The Walking Dead.
It's a tough one, man. Rosita it's hard not to put her at the top of mine, but then again, Maggie, man.
I was going to say, mine's probably between Maggie and Jesse.
Yeah, well, Maggie's definitely got that like girl next door feel. I mean, she is the farmer's daughter.
I'm partial to, obviously to Maggie because we've just been conditioned to love her, except for like the last season. A lot of people won't feel in her, but Maggie, obviously, but like Jessie kind of has a special place. I don't want to say it's in my heart, but in another part of my body because she was the sexy, sexual housemaid in season 1 of American Horror Story.
Yeah, that's true.
And though she did do a great job playing a completely different character, Jessie was nothing like that character. So it's not. But that's what I see when I see her.
Hard not to see that,
the sexy outfits. So I don't know. I'm sorry to sound like a perv, but mine's probably, as far as foxy, probably for me going to be Jess. Believe it or not,
as much cleavage as you could get on cable TV that season of American Horror
Story. Oh man,
Story.
yeah, it was
Lord in heaven,
hot.
Lord in heaven.
But yeah, let's see here. Justin and JP, just get that butt.
Get that butt. I love it.
Each other's butts, because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that would be a stretch. I mean, we'd have to be like on a desert island for at least a couple of days before that would happen.
And I've already died at this point in this scenario, right? Because that's the only way that's going to happen, pal.
I mean, look,
pick up a cactus and smack the shit out of you with
it. If you're dead on arrival, it's going to happen way sooner.
Sorry for the language,
nights.
Dude. I will pull a cactus out of the ground and defend my butthole to the death. Stay away from me. But yeah, no, with JP always on the hunt, which speaking of, let's take our next comment from Brianne McCann, which isn't a question, but is a very good statement, JP, I think that you should heed. Okay. Brianne McCann says, JP, get off your butt and worry less about getting butt and do what Justin says. He's a great influence for you. Don't let go of that, brother. Most definitely. He's a keeper for you, JP. I'm a keeper. I'm a good influence on you.
I'm not really sure exactly how to take this comment.
For those of y'all that don't, well, obviously, I don't think any of our online listeners know us personally, but for those of us that do know us, I do try to be a good influence on JP. It really is as it sounds. Like you would think, like behind the scenes, you'd find out I was the wild one and JP was just playing it. No, but usually JP is the one that I'm trying to wrangle in at events and at.
Look, I'm a savage. I'm a savage. What can you say?
Savage is a bit strong. Savage is a strong word. Animal drunk, they're two different things, you know.
It's all beautiful. Look, I'm walking in here. I'm grabbing it by the sack and I'm going with it.
Okay. All right. And Brianne also says, good morning, guys. I'm going to re-ask my question because you didn't address it in the last mail call.
Uh-oh.
What do you look most forward to with the Whisperers coming next half? Take care and be well. Thanks, Brianne. I thought we talked about that, but we might have brought it up and then got sidetracked. I just look most forward to Beta, honestly. Alpha's a great character, but I look forward to really Beta and Negan kind of is just like the highlight for me. Like Negan and Beta, because Beta's so serious and he's so like, just into what they're doing. And to Negan, it's all kind of a joke, and he's just Negan. So it's just really interesting to put them two together. But really, I think more than anything with the Whisperers, I'm looking most forward to Negan himself interacting with the Whisperers. JP, how about yourself?
I'm just ready for the show to feel more like a horror movie, and we got a taste of that this past.
They've been
season.
Taking steps to get there for
yeah,
sure.
So that's what I'm just ready for, like a tone shift, The
trailer that you finally saw, it's a short one, but where it shows Beta and Alpha standing in the woods, like I guess because Ryan Hurst is a big boy, but he's not Beta big. That's what some people don't realize is that when we say like I am thrilled that Ryan Hurst is cast as Beta because I loved Sons of Anarchy and Opie was easily like one of the biggest fan favorites. He was such a likable character. So I know Ryan Hurst is going to do an amazing job. However, like you said, I just imagine when I see him, being that in the book he looks to be close to like 7 feet tall, I imagine someone like Kane. Not that Kane could act worth a damn, but stature-wise, that's what I imagine. However, the way that they have done it with Ryan Hurst and Alpha height difference, it does make him he looked very tall, which I think he's like 6-something, like low 6s. So, I mean, he's not a short fellow, but I'm super excited.
I would like to see either Kevin Nash do it, because he did act in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2. He was the Super Shredder.
Yeah.
Wasn't exactly much of an acting role.
Just
yeah. Or even Diamond Dallas Page. I know he's not the biggest guy, but
I mean, if Diamond Dallas Page is going to do it, at this point, you're just throwing wrestlers.
Yeah.
You just want to see a wrestler play it. No, now Diamond Dallas Page is going to play it. Might as well be Ryan Hurst.
No. DDP. I just loved him so much in, what was it? Not House of a Thousand Devil's Rejects. Just ever since then, I've wanted to see him.
He was in that?
Yeah. He was like a bounty hunter or something.
I have to go back and watch that.
I mean, he's next to a normal person. He'd look big enough.
I mean, so does Ryan Hurst, though.
Yeah, but he's no DDP.
They're about. I have to check sizes, but anyways, Zod4 says, "Yeah, dude, if you ever go into your he tells us how to make Twitch stream to YouTube. That's awesome, Zod. Thank you so much. Well, I'll definitely be like PMing you or emailing you about how to get the whole Twitch thing going if I have any trouble, because we definitely want to get into it, but." Thanks for always being so friendly, and thanks for always listening, Zod. One So True says, hello, gentlemen. Interesting how originally Mail Call was related to The Walking Dead, but now these questions have steered left, LOL. Justin, you really prefer to have a 24-inch ding-a-ling, we'll say?
Oh, my goodness.
You ever think if you get hard that you might pass out, all the blood in your body? I'm sure someone out there has a 24-inch. Right? I mean, that's 2 feet.
We're going to have to research this.
I don't know.
If you've got one, send us pictures.
Don't send pictures. I know it's not natural, but I mean, I think, and why is just Justin catching all this? JP said he'd want the 24-inch penis too.
But I said I would trim it down.
You can't, though. Someone commented and said you can't trim a dong, bro.
Why can't you trim it down?
You can't trim it.
What do you mean you can't trim it?
Either way, I said that too. I said, well, if you can trim a dong, then I guess I would do 24. So no, One So True. It is not just me. Both JP and I both said we would take the 24-inch penis. And I still think that would be, I mean, I don't know. Are we in the zombie apocalypse? Because the question had no like.
It wasn't.
It wasn't much. Yeah, it wasn't much to go on. Are we in the zombie apocalypse? In that case, I'm going to take the 1-inch dong because it's less for zombies to grab onto. I mean, it sucks, but how often do you think you're going to be getting laid in a zombie apocalypse anyways? But in the real world, I think I would just take my chances with a 24-inch dong. If anything else, it would be a calling card to fame.
I was going to say, join like a traveling road show or something.
1 inch is all I can say. Glue something on top of it, LOL. No thank you, One So True. I'm going to stick with the 24-inch dong. Mail call. Since the mid-season is coming, do you anticipate seeing a time jump, possibly see the Whisperers' background in the premiere or a flashback on why communities stopped communicating? It almost feels like, and I know that I don't think they are, but it almost feels like from some of the trailers, man, and I know you don't watch that many of them, but it almost feels like they're trying to say the Whisperers were involved in the, it shows like clips of the Whisperers. It shows like the old clip of Michonne like screaming and chopping something. But I mean, to them, these seem like fairly new enemies. So
yeah.
But I do think we'll get some backstory on them.
I hope so.
I hope. And as far as the questions going, it did used to be a lot about The Walking Dead, but we had said the mail call was really, this podcast is more for, for just getting to know our fans. Right. Like, I don't want to call them fans. That sounded
listeners.
So listeners. Yeah, I don't know why I said fans. Well, you said fanfare. I think that kind of steered me.
I goaded you.
But we just it's just a chance for us to get to know you guys better. I mean, you can ask us anything in these podcasts. Favorite color, favorite soup, favorite way to cook a steak.
I like the what was it, the gnocchi soup at Olive Garden?
Chicken gnocchi. That's my favorite at Olive Garden. Oh yeah, the zuppa toscana is really good. My girlfriend makes her own version of it.
Really?
Whew, it is some kind of good. But yeah, so really any questions go for the most part. And as far as the time jump, I definitely think we're going to get some backstory. I hope. And I know I'm late. You may have answered this question already, but I can't see Dwight coming to Fear the Walking Dead. Who will he end up becoming attached to, Morgan or John Dory? I don't know. That's pretty interesting. Who knows? I don't know who he'll attach to. I don't know. Who do you think? I feel like Morgan, because Morgan's always helping broken people. So I mean,
I could see that.
AH says you can't trim a dong. So
I'm
there
sure
you go,
there's
JP.
a plastic surgeon out there who could make it happen. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a thing they do every day, but I'm sure they could figure it out.
Maybe. Michonne Grimes, longtime listener, says, "Hey guys, God, I've missed commenting. #mail call. We've missed seeing you in the comments section, Michonne Grimes. Whenever we have a regular commenter and they don't comment, we do notice.
Yeah, we absolutely.
You know, we definitely notice the lack of their presence. Do you think that Michonne and Rick will ever find each other? And no, I don't.
You don't think so at all?
I want them to, but I don't think they will, because the thing is, they say Rick's completely done with the show. So, which maybe, but if that's the case, then Michonne's going to have to leave the show to join like that, which I know she's technically a part of that movie universe, but she'd have to go beyond the movies because they claim Rick's not coming back to the show. I still refuse to believe that at least like a return, something.
I think he'll be back on eventually.
You think so?
He's going to figure out what side his bread's buttered on. Like the movie roles aren't going to be pouring in. I think he'll be back. I think it's going to take one leading role in a movie to flop, and he's going to be like, right. Yeah, let me go back to the.
Let me rephrase my answer. According to the plan that AMC has right now, no, I don't think that he and Michonne will find each other. But like you just said, things can change.
Yeah, I mean, David Duchovny left the X-Files because, he's going to be a big movie star, this, that, and the other. Then he does, I think it was Evolution maybe was his
I remember that movie.
Standout movie, and it flopped big time, which I actually saw it in theaters.
I didn't think it was, I thought it was pretty funny.
I think, Harold Ramis that did Ghostbusters.
Wasn't Sean William Scott in it too?
I think so, and it basically is just Ghostbusters.
One of the
Wayans
brothers maybe?
Or something like that. I can't remember. But
yeah, it was good.
But yeah, after that flopped, I mean, he did eventually come back. It might have just been for the last season, but...
And what if The Walking Dead goes totally stupid and kills off everyone that's an A-lister and starts the show all over, kind of like the Red Wedding? I don't know, with the Red Wedding, though, you still had other characters and other storylines. But they killed all. I mean, I'd stick with it. I mean, like I said, I'd stick with Fear the Walking Dead, which is pretty good, but there have definitely been times where you're like, you're no Walking Dead. That's like I said, I plan to stick with it. Like JP said, JP put it best, man. I'm this deep into it. I really don't want to give up on something I've invested this much time into.
Yep.
But JP, Michonne Grimes, is trying to find out more about the Ninth Circle. Where did you find it? She probably just Google it, right?
Well, there's a lot of good documentaries on YouTube. I'm trying to think. Go to the next question. I'm going to do a little bit of research because I've got it in my YouTube history.
So Michonne Grimes will be back. Hang tight. JP's going to pull up and see where he gets his info so we can get that to you. Eloquent Paradox says, do you guys game on PC? We don't. I want to start doing a little PC gaming, but right now it's pretty much all PS4 for myself. And JP doesn't have a game system, but when he does game, it's with me.
But
he had a PS4 at one point.
Yeah, I played it like twice. Man, those games are so hard. I mean,
shoot, I think older games are harder, man.
They are harder, but I don't know. I can't figure out what to do in like these new games. Just give me a good platform. Now, I do like Wii U, and I haven't played much on the Switch, but
Switch is fun, man. I like
Nintendo formatted games, so but I can't break down and spend the money on it. So I know I won't play it. So.
Deanne says, mail call. Finally, I'm getting the gist of this. LOL. Question for JP. Who would you swipe right for on The Walking Dead?
Swipe right. Well, that's like a dating app kind of reference.
Yeah.
That means who I want to bone on The Walking Dead.
Rosita.
Yeah, I've said Rosita.
Not Tara?
Tara? No, look. Yeah, absolutely. You're better off asking which ones I wouldn't do on The Walking Dead.
Right.
Frankly.
I don't think there's an answer to that
Carol,
question.
I've never been attracted to Carol.
Okay. Well, we fine. Justin, please know that your voice makes me so comfortable. Oh, well, if you want to, I can give you one of those hypnotic therapies where you say,
where are we going with this?
You're sitting on a beach.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah. You're very comfortable. JP, put your pants back on.
All right.
And for you, Justin, one of my favorite episodes is Steel. I love me some Daryl, Beth, and Tara is one of my faves. Maybe I'm too compassionate. Yeah, I don't like Steel, but I do. I really. Now I'm not going to say I don't really. I never really cared much for Beth. I liked Emily Kinney, behind the scenes on The Talking Dead. She seemed like a sweetheart, but a character I never really cared much about. Loved Daryl till about season 4, mid-season finale. After that, he just kind of started falling off for me, but he has picked back up in this season. But yes, Steel to me is one of the most boring Walking Dead episodes of all time.
Agreed. If you're ready, I've got a few sources.
Jumping back to Michonne Grimes. Deanne, thank you so much for your comment. Michonne, it's back to you.
Okay, well, you can go on YouTube. There's one, it's from a while back, but it's called Conspiracy of Silence. It's actually a History Channel documentary that was banned from television, and you can probably guess why it was banned. It rubbed the wrong people in high places, wrongly, but you know what I'm saying. And also, just type in Eddie Bravo has done a lot of interviews and stuff talking about the Ninth Circle. A lot of stuff I've gotten from him, and I think it's just a straight up documentary called Ninth Circle movie. And the last one, and the one with the but yeah, check out that. Oops. I'll get back to you on the big one.
Okay, so you got a little bit more info.
Conspiracy of Silence, though, that's a really good one. It has a lot to do with the royal family, a lot of pedophile sex traffickers coming out of England. And
wow.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We got. I don't know if you guys have complicated names or I'm just really that bad at pronouncing them, but Carlisle. Oh, duh. I don't know why. Carlisle says, love these guys, and I always save the JP and... no, excuse me. I'm sorry. Start over. Love these guys, and I always save the Justin and JP for lunch. So glad you guys got on board and had lunch with me. I am so sorry that I could not talk while reading your comment. I apologize. But Carlisle, we love you too.
And we're happy to join you for lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. What are we having for lunch today, Carlisle? Let me know if I'm saying your name right. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. But either way, what's for lunch? I'm starving. I actually really am hungry. We should go grab something to eat.
You should have had some oatmeal, man.
I like oatmeal, but I want to go out and get some food.
Great way to start the day.
Yeah. From Jeep. I'm getting all off track here, man. I got too many things on my mind. I'm thinking of 6 things I got to do for the station as soon as I get off here. Oh, JP, you're a damn mess, LOL. This is from Jeep.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeep. Okay, well, explain.
Well, that's all she said was, JP, you're a damn mess. But continuing with her comment, same person, same comment, says, mail call. Justin, if your daughter drags home something like JP in another 20 years, will you be okay with that?
Oh, my
Hell
gosh.
no. I will kick his ass out of my house. Hell no.
No, well,
Look, you see my redneck coming out right there, right? Hell no. No, she brings somebody I don't know. It depends on which JP I get.
I was going to say, like JP in his current form, maybe not, but a
podcast 18... JP, I would kick his ass. But the JP that I know when he needs to be professional and yada, 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 the JP that I became friends with, yes, I'd be fine. But the podcast JP, no.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just because you've peeled back the layers. But no, like a teenage JP, that would have been a fine date for your daughter. Respectful, mild-mannered, a solid 3.2 GPA. So, yeah.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'd still kick his ass. But
yeah, teenage JP was still trying to get that butt. I mean, it wasn't very successful.
Pretty much. I mean, that's the thing I'm going to have to accept as a dad, obviously, when I have a daughter growing up. Is that any guy she dates at that age is thinking about one thing?
Having a daughter, man, that's a tall order right there.
It is.
That's why at some point, you got to have a son just to have that brother to protect her. I mean, granted, it won't be a big brother.
I didn't want to have a kid to begin with, so the thought of getting
now,
through
babe?
this and then having another kid, I'm
man.
good. One and done.
You got to at least have a pair, dude. If you have an only child, it's going to be an antisocial weirdo like me.
It's not,
you know,
because
what I mean?
I'm fortunate to have a good group of friends, and it was not planned because again, anyone that knows me knows I never wanted kids. I was fine growing up and not having kids. Not saying I wouldn't have. I'm sure my girlfriend would have wanted some, but I was okay if I never had any. However, completely unplanned, one of my best friends in the world, Cameron, he and his girlfriend are having a baby that they did not expect 2 months after I have my child. So it'll always have some, it'll have people to socialize with and grow up with.
Yeah, I mean, I had cousins I was close to, but even I'm just saying, as an only child, you spend a lot of time in your head. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
I had 4 siblings, dude, and my biggest problem is spending too much time in my head.
Yeah,
so.
but it definitely kind of sends you down a strange trajectory.
If I have more than one, I will only have one more, but that will not be for the next few years.
Have one more, just have a set, and then tie them tubes, and whether it's your tubes or her tubes or whoever's tubes.
I don't really care whose tubes are tied, just no more babies.
Here it is a much simpler procedure for men than women.
I'm cool with that. So. And you can get it reversed pretty easily from men, right?
Yeah, true enough.
So, yeah, like Michael Scott said, snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. Do you have any idea the physical toll 3 vasectomies take on a man? Oh, I love The Office. But she also added, you need to listen to this. It's like the second or third person today has told you this. Get off your butt and do what Justin says, JP.
What am I supposed to do?
The people love you. They want more content from you. You just need to get off your butt and let's make more content. James Galagos, a long-time listener, commenter, says, instead of hoping for all of these returns, don't you think it would be better just to pike those on vacation? Heath, Maggie, Sherry, Dwight. Yes, I know he's going to be in fear. I don't know, man. That's a tough situation. Like, put them on spikes, he's saying, like the show.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. People would be pretty mad. I mean, it would make sense. Like, that's where Heath's been. We know it's been pretty much confirmed that Jadis took Heath. Mm-hmm. But that'd be interesting, man.
But yeah, if we saw Maggie and Georgie's head on pikes, that'd be something.
Oh, man, but thank you so much. I got sidetracked. I was reading another comment. James, you're the man. Appreciate you. Brian Akeem, who is more likely to get the issue 186 death? Daryl or the fan cult favorite DJ, the reformed savior that went with the Lord to take him? Daryl's not getting any kind of death.
Yeah, I would say DJ.
He's going to ride it out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Brian Akeem, of course, The Walking Dead would have finally gotten an Emmy if Ken was still around. Probably.
Still not sure who Ken is.
You are. If your memory, do you smoke that much pot?
I mean,
your short-term memory is ridiculous. You know who Ken is. You kid.
If you say so.
Yeah. Brian Akeem, you guys are really funny. Brian, you're funny. I don't know. I've never had a comp. Oh, snap, JP.
That's a good one.
You keep that up. I'm going to have to throw a sound effect at you.
Oh.
I always tell myself, too, I'm going to pull up the sound effects and use them today, and then I never do. Mm. I have one sound effect that is called, this makes no sense. You ready for this?
Okay.
I have one sound effect in my collection of sound effects that is called 58 Seconds of Silence. I think that was a broadcasting thing they were doing for the people that were killed, and maybe it was the
shooting in Las Vegas.
Right? Yeah, maybe
the Jason Aldean thing.
I think so. Yeah. But tell me how the track length is only 8 seconds.
That is peculiar.
58 seconds of silence is 8 seconds long.
Huh.
Makes no sense. But no, Brian, you're not funny looking. I don't think. I don't know you, but you know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to do on radio because if you tune in during that 58 seconds of silence, you're going to think it's just, like a...
Right.
Like
they did a big announcement before it, but, it's almost a minute of silence. So the odds are pretty high that someone's going to flip over and be like, oh, are they off the air?
Right.
So, yeah,
but
I feel you on that.
It's the thought that counts, and it is a beautiful gesture, so...
Oh, wow. Eddie Pizzle says that he would do some pretty nasty things to Maggie, be all up in her private parts with his face.
Man. I like Eddie Pizzle.
Even if she'd been 5 days without a shower.
Yeah, Eddie Pizzle, my dizzle, man. Shoot, yeah. You got to suck on them toes when they got a little bit of stank on them.
I said private parts. That's disgusting.
So I'm just saying that's where you start.
You're gross,
That's where you start. You head on north.
I mean, I get in the zombie apocalypse, nobody's going to be daisy fresh. I mean, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But, I mean.
Has that stuff keep you young, brother?
Stinky feet keep you young?
The whole thing. The whole thing. Gotta soak it up like a sponge. Like a pancake thirsty for syrup.
Lecky, I'm going to do this today. Mark my words. Maybe by the time you listen to this podcast, our profile picture will be changed. Lecky sent us a really cool profile picture. Been meaning to do it, but right now we're having to take these RAB testing for our station, and that's kind of been the focus of the attention. And
what kind of picture is it?
I thought I showed it to you.
I don't know if you did or not.
I
don't
did.
think so.
I might have looked at it at my house, though.
Yeah,
I'll show it to you, though. It's pretty dope.
So like an illustration? Or
just somewhat. It's like computer edited, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lecky, that'll be up by the time you know, by the time you watch it. But yeah, so leave us your question. The views are going down on these, so I don't know if people are just not enjoying them no more or whatever. But for those that do enjoy, we will continue to do them. I know that as The Walking Dead, as we get further away from when The Walking Dead went off, views go down, obviously. But either way, for those of you that still comment every mail call podcast, we will continue to do these just as long as somebody is listening. Don't forget, check us out on social media. I'm Justin Lloyd with 2 L's for both Instagram and Snapchat. JP is J_Radsaw. Is there a number attached to that?
No.
J_Radsaw for Snapchat and Jaypeazy for Periscope, spelled out Jaypeazy, right?
That's right. I haven't been doing much with Periscope lately, but I'm going to get back on it.
We might start. That leads to what I was going to. Yeah, we're going to start maybe doing live YouTube podcasts. Like we'll record these, all of that good stuff, but we might actually start just saying, hey, here are the times each day that we're going to do these. Maybe maybe if you want to listen to it live, you have to follow us on Facebook, which you should do, by the way. Just search the Podcasting Dead on Facebook, give it a like. Maybe we'll announce the time on the night before on Facebook, and then you could find us on YouTube, and we'll do like a live YouTube video, and so those that are able to listen live can listen live and interact, and then those that can't can catch it once we upload.
That's right. In fact, I'm live on Periscope right now. You can see our carpeted wall. I'm trying to double tap to switch it to where you can see me, but
ain't nobody got time for that.
I can't figure it out.
I just had a friend send me a Snapchat and ask me, "Do I have a Keurig?"
A Keurig?
I said yes. Her response was LOL. Anybody know? It's like, do you have a Keurig? Yeah. LOL. Wait, I don't get it.
There I am. Now that people can see me, our many fans.
That's terrible. Yeah, always bring it up. Bring the camera up a little bit. Yeah, you want it like about that? Right there. Yeah, down low is never a flattering angle.
Oh, yeah, because you see my double chinny chin.
Right, yeah.
Hey, Periscope, we're podcasting.
Yeah, we are.
On the Podcasting Dead. We're talking about stuff. We're talking about sucking on toes. We're talking about zombies.
Stanky toes, too.
Yeah. Well, I like them with a little bit of patina on them.
That's disgusting.
Just a little twang.
That
just
is
a little
disgusting,
taste, baby.
man.
I don't want any, dirt or grit or nasty stuff on them, but just a little bit.
That's disgusting.
No, it's not, man.
Whatever gets you off, though. You know what? I'm not judging. Whatever gets you there. I mean, I'm not saying it has to be rosy clean, but you're talking about you want, funk stains on stinky feet get you going, man.
No stains, brother. No stains. But I'm just saying, I mean.
Let me see this. Let me see your Periscope.
There you go. We're handing the Periscope.
So this is live on Periscope right now. We're live.
We're live.
Wow, I'm sorry that the listeners of our podcast have to listen to our ADD. We completely
right.
just derailed from our podcast, and we're just like, oh, forget you, YouTube. What's up, Periscope? So there's anybody that follows JP on Periscope. There he is. Can you zoom in?
Oh,
yeah.
Damn,
we got to get you back in the gym, dog.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, we're going to be sharing all kinds of stuff. I'm going to be doing things on Periscope you might like, you might not like.
I don't know if anybody's going to like the things that you probably would want to do on Periscope.
Well, sometimes I'll have my shirt off. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll be, doing stuff,
All right.
So check it out. Don't check it out.
That.
Be offended. Don't be offended.
Yeah, please don't be offended.
I mean, if you're going to be offended, you're going to be offended. I can't help you. But,
so that's pretty much going to... So you said we have how many? 5? You get 5? Big time in it now. 5 Periscope.
5 total viewers. I don't think we have anyone viewing right this second.
Well, that means that they found us extremely boring, that they tuned in, were like, oh, this sucks, and then they tuned out.
It says 5 total viewers. I don't know if that's in real time or if that's just how many we've had.
Flip it over. Let me see. Let me see it. I'm sorry, anybody that may be watching on Periscope, that you're going to have to see me. Sorry. No, you have 0 people listening right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If you click the little person icon,
Yeah, you had 5 people at 32 seconds, and then they just completely left.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to work on getting more entertaining, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll catch you. I don't know about tomorrow. It's a lot busy schedule tomorrow, but either way, we will catch you very, very soon. Always remember, you'll have your Random Ramblings Wednesday and your mail call Thursdays.
Shout out to you, Rosa Angela. We just got a new Periscope viewer that joined.
Do we?
Yeah, we're coming at you live from the Podcasting Dead studios on YouTube. Shout out to you, YouTube.
But this isn't live, so it's not like they...
Yeah, well, I'm talking to the Periscope, not the
okay.
YouTube people.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we will catch you very, very soon. Don't forget to leave your comment below because we look forward to answering it. I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we are the Podcasting Dead.
We sure are.
Bada boom.
Bada boom.